Thank you very much. It really is a great honour and privilege to speak to you all today. And I'm speaking on behalf of Nicky's friends and colleagues at the Poisons Information Service here in Cardiff. What can we say about working with Nicky? Well, firstly, she was knowledgeable. She was helpful to everyone who used our service. She had a fundamental desire to help patients. To those of us who knew her for many years, she was also a very good friend. As well as being reliable and dependable, she had an incredible, infectious sense of humour. And her humour, it was wonderfully spontaneous, it was good-natured. For us who worked with Nicky, our office is unfortunately diminished in spirit by her absence. But today, we remember her with immense fondness and gratitude for everything that she gave to us. She had many personal qualities we respected, depended upon, and loved. Nicky, with her colourful clothes, science-themed necklaces, Paracelsus printed shoes, and beloved dungarees, joined us in 2006, coming from Guy's in St Thomas, where she trained as a clinical scientist in toxicology, after completing a master's in medical toxicology soon after. Nicky immediately fitted into our small team. Amongst us, she was an authority on heavy metals, so that's a scientific discipline, not the music, and laboratory medicine, and shared her knowledge generously, and many staff recall instances where she offered significant support in this area and in others. All of us who worked alongside Nicky respected her intelligence, but also appreciated her good nature, team spirit, and amazing sense of humour, and she was a great storyteller. Also, we must admit that we miss Nicky coming into work with a tin full of divine Welsh cakes, courtesy of her mother, Sue. In those early years, Nicky introduced us to Darren, and we enjoyed getting to know him at our work's social events. Later, we were happy to see them married and have two beautiful children. It's clear working with Nicky that Darren, Oscar, and Fionn meant the world to her, and were part, really, of everything that she did. Darren, Sue, and all of Nicky's family remain in our thoughts. And through Nicky, Darren has become an honorary, loved member of our group, and we sincerely hope that when the time is right, he'll once again join us to raise a glass. A large part of the job of a specialist in poisons information is giving advice over the telephone to healthcare professionals who are managing patients who may have been poisoned. Some of these patients are critically unwell. The advice that we give is designed to provide the best possible management in these cases, or even actually identifying cases that could be safely managed at home, saving NHS resource such as time. Alongside the many very serious and sad cases we deal with, there are inevitably a few daft and amusing inquiries. And Nicky's ability to roll her eyes, throw her hands up in the air, always indicated you were about to hear about the case as soon as she put the phone down. Well, after she said to every caller, without fail, bye, bye-bye, bye-bye, always finishing a conversation with, take care. This was her sign-off to every call. She always had, as I said earlier, the patient's best interests at heart. And this was evident in over 21,000 inquiries that she personally dealt with through her career with us. Her approach in each of these calls was sympathetic and professional, but also she mentored and trained many of our former and current scientists on effective telephone manner, telephone skills. Her communication skills were excellent, coupled with an expert knowledge of toxicology. She was patient kind, and always had time for everyone. In her work and her approach to her work, she leaves a lasting legacy, and many of the staff still use phrases and techniques when dealing with inquiries that were mentored and taught by her. Providing clinical advice, as I've alluded to, can be very demanding and stressful. Nikki's ability to lighten the mood, relate funny stories of some of these dafter inquiries, was very much appreciated at those times. A lot of these stories also involved her much-loved family. There was never a prouder mammy than Nikki, and often listened to Nikki organising Darren from the poisons office over the telephone, often provided much levity. She had a true gift of retelling stories, which often involved something that Darren or the children had done and said. Nikki's humour was a tonic to us all. She loved her family time, her holidays in Bluestone, days out in Margam. She tried to book on to every single kids show that was touring that year. Paw Patrol, In the Night Garden, We Are Going on a Bear Hunt. It appeared she enjoyed it as much as the children did. She was a great organiser, and not only in organising Darren, but in organising us in the poison service. And she used this to great effect at work with us. For several years, she coordinated our unit's contribution to the National Toxicology Database. This role required assisting colleagues in the writing and reviewing of toxicology reviews, as well as liaising with colleagues from other units around the UK. She always gave excellent constructive advice, enabling colleagues to improve the quality of their work in this area. In all these matters, Nikki was able to cultivate a good spirit in the poisons team. Earlier last year, Nikki led on a project which prepared bespoke toxicology reviews for a specialist pharmacy team, where she worked closely with her colleague, Professor James Coulson. It's important to say that this project was an outstanding success, and the income generated from this allowed the department to employ another scientist. It was Nikki who developed the detailed template for these reviews, and she used that experience to give the rest of the team clear guidance on how to perform their own reviews. Her unique knowledge and experience, coupled with her nature, was fundamental to the success of this project. Nikki has also travelled to present her work at international congresses in toxicology, and has also authored papers in peer-reviewed journals in toxicology. Her contribution to toxicology went far beyond Wales. We at NPIS Cardiff miss Nikki greatly, as we have lost a wonderful colleague and friend. She has left a gap in our team that will never truly be filled, but Nikki gave so much to all of us professionally and personally that will continue to live on in us all. Thank you.